Hello, welcome to the DotA Unlocked podcast, DotA Unlocked with me, Nomad. I'm joined today by Dota 2 Cookie. Yeah, the Cookie Man himself. He's I'll introduce you. I'll give you a proper introduction. Don't you worry. You're a content producer from, I believe, Bosnia.
Yeah.
Second Bosnian on the show, actually. It makes you a majority on this show, which is very interesting. Lizard, yeah, Lizard was our very first guest, and now followed up, yeah. I can't say I've spoken to any Bosnians before this, so that's pretty cool, but Lizard gave us a pretty interesting rant. Yeah, he said he lived near a bear and some wolves. Do you live near a bear and some wolves as well?
Nah, man. We have bear and wolves as like pets.
yeah, that's what you were saying.
Nah, it's like a Boston joke. It's like bears and wolves are pets. You know, they're like farm animals.
Life sounds crazy over there. I kind of want to visit though. So what was it like growing up, and what age did you kind of start getting into Dota 2?
Well, growing up was fun. Just play video games, talk to friends, stuff like that. I went to school. To be honest, like I started playing. Okay, so I did actually play video games like earlier, obviously. Mostly I played. Okay, so if I recall, it was like. So in Boston, there's like no actual, video game shops, and if there were, no Boston would ever be actually to be able to afford an actual video game. It's all like pirate shops, pirated games. So yeah, I used to play this there's this disc with like 360 like arcade games. So that was the first thing that I played. It was like mostly I played Sonic. Then I got Warcraft 3, and I actually played Warcraft 3 a lot. I actually didn't play Dota 1. I think I had like 5 Dota 1 matches at best. I remember my first Dota 1 match, I picked Enigma, and I didn't know what's going on. I going up into the match, and I picked Enigma because I thought he looked cool. I saw someone else in the internet cafe playing Enigma. I was like, hey, look, this guy looks cool. So I go into the jungle, feed the neutrals, and they kick me out of the game. I was like, okay, fuck this.
Okay.
I'm not playing this.
Classic. Yeah, that sounds likely.
Yeah, I felt like first match of Dota feeding neutrals. So yeah, I didn't play like much Dota. Like at best 5 matches. I played Vampirism. There was this game mode called Vampires on Fire. Like it was, like, in my opinion, it is 100 times better than Dota. Alright. So Vampires on Fire is like. It's basically there's 2 teams. There's 10 humans and 2 vampires, if I recall. And basically the humans will build bases, and the vampires will try to hunt down the humans, break the wall of their base, and if they break the wall of the base, they get inside of the base and kill everyone. So basically, there was a lot more micromanagement in that game than was ever in Dota. Like I would like just bash my keyboard, like my hand would actually literally shake because I couldn't actually like play as fast as I needed to. The average match length was 2 hours on average, right? So imagine like just
sounds intense.
The keyboard. I put keyboard for 2 hours. I was like, ah! Yeah.
So if it were up to you, no, Dota 2 wouldn't exist. We'd just all be playing Vampirism 2.
Yep. It was me.
Alright, so right, so you what MMR are you, by the way?
6,500.
6,500, cool. And you make videos and such, basically telling people how to play Dota, essentially.
Yeah,
it's a bottom line.
Well, my way of playing Dota, there's not like one way, right?
Sure.
Okay, well, the way that I learned Dota is by analyzing higher ranked players. So basically, what I would do is I would like download, like I would find a player. First, I have to find a player. Usually, I would try to find boosters. If I could find boosters, and like that was like booster Smurfs are like the best people you can learn from, because oh my god, are they? No, really. It's like how like when I go into like these 6K, 7K games, if I ever play on my account, it's like I mostly play on like 3K, 4K Mars Smurfs, by the way. Just play with my feet and shit like that. But if I ever play, it's like when I play in these games and when I play on those games, the game is not even similar. It's completely opposite. All right, it's like it's not. It's like it literally is like not the same game. All right.
Right.
And that's why Smurfs and boosters were so useful to me, because when I find a Smurf and booster, I know exactly what I need to do to win out of my current bracket, because he plays exactly what's required to win in that bracket, right? Nothing more, nothing less.
Boosting is an art.
Boosting is an art, right? And I'm not kidding. Like, if I were to play on a 3KMR account the same way I'll play on my own account, is I would legitimately lose like 20% win rate. Now, obviously, I don't boost accounts. Obviously, not. I just Smurf.
Yeah. Just
have my own Smurf.
Have fun on your own account and leave everybody else to do their own thing. Okay, so what were the players which you would I mean, not the boosters, but the kind of high ranked competitive players, or any of those which you used to really look up to more than others?
Pirate. There was Pirate. Pirate spam sanking. That was the first hero I spammed myself, because I found Pirate sanking. Pirate sanking is amazing because so my problem was I sucked at the laning phase, and I had a computer that would only run like 20 FPS. Like, team fights were literally slideshows, and I wanted to get to 5k MR. Right, that was like 1k, 2k MR back then, right? And I wanted to get like 5k MR because I couldn't like stand the OMR bracket, because back then Ricky was like the most picked hero, and no one, absolutely no one in like 2k MR knows the existence of this magical item called dust. All right, it just doesn't exist. Sentries, nope. Gems, nope. Just doesn't exist. All right, games were cancerous. So basically, I found Pirate sanking, and the reason that was so useful for me is because I could go jungle for like 5 minutes. I would get my Blink Dagger, or I personally like more to get like Soaring and Tranquils. And I go ahead and gank, and then I literally, 90% of what I did is just shift queue everything it is, hope for the best.
See what happens. Hope that you got it right. Like, I like Minesweeper more than Dota.
Yep, just Minesweeper. And actually, that actually builds up my game sense pretty nicely, because basically, I would just have to pre-plan everything, because I know I can't press buttons, because 200 ping, 20 FPS, good luck.
It's the grand theory of Dota. I think is it maybe Cinderin was talking about that once, I remember, where he said that he started playing Dota on a tiny monitor with like a terrible connection, like 20 FPS, like you say, and he was okay, but he just wanted to get better, and he tried really hard to get good. And then when he could afford a new computer and got a fancy new computer which ran at like 50 FPS and had a proper connection, then he just like leaped ahead of everybody else because he had like this really good connection now. So maybe that's the key to becoming really good at Dota. Just start with it. Start on like a Dell 98, like running Windows 95 on it.
Start on a calculator.
Yeah, start on a calculator. Get good on that first, then you'll be amazing when you get the proper gear.
Yeah, that actually didn't happen to me. I got like 500 more off of literally just getting a new computer.
So, Sand King was obviously your first love in Dota. What are other heroes which you really enjoy playing? What's your favorite heroes? What's your go-tos?
Let's see. Actually, people think that I only pick Arc Warden, which is just not true. Like, I play a lot of heroes. Like, I have like, I don't know, I think like my hero pool is like 30 heroes, right? Primarily next hero that I've spammed, if I recall, it was no. Actually, wait. I spammed Nature's Prophet before sanking, and the reason that I think, if I recall, I got from like 2k to 3k by just ratting. I know I couldn't fight anyone. Not only did I know suck at the dicks at the game, all right, but I also figured out that I could just ignore literally everyone and just rat. And I actually went from like 2k, 3k to like by ratting. I think I went from 3k to 5k with sanking. Right. Then sanking and Crystal Maiden and Lich. Right. So I would play Crystal Maiden. It's almost the same as sanking, because they were similar heroes. You go into jungle, you get like level 5, and then like you go just gank, because you actually take like level 5 at 3 minutes with these like older methods. Right? They don't exist anymore, right? Because jungle got nerfed, Crystal Maiden got nerfed, sanking got nerfed. Get the idea.
Yeah.
Crystal Maiden was next, which was amazing because there was once as well a dual lane meta. Not this current dual lane meta, but it was an older dual lane meta, different one. and I would pick Lich. And my idea was literally, and it actually still works partially, but doesn't work with Lich, which is basically invade the enemy jungle. That's literally all I did. Is I would win the lane, and I would ward up in the jungle, and I would tell like usually I would ask people to get like Axe or Doom, and I'd tell them, don't leave the jungle. Like we are staying here forever. Like
this
the only
is
I'm
ours
not
now.
kidding.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Literally, I just tell them like the only time I'm gonna teleport out is if our teammates are dying, and if when they die, we teleport there, we kill them, and we go back to their jungle, and just run back. Because what happens is, I realize one thing about Dota is the best way to win is like you don't have to actually make all these dandy level plays, you know, and have to actually be good at the game. You just have to take the gold away from the enemy. And I realize like all I have to do, and you'll see like some games like people like ask me like, Cookie, how the fuck are you AFK farming for 30 minutes and yet you still have like 20,000 advantage over the enemy? Like you didn't like you're 0-0-0. How are you so farmed up? When I play like on a tricky account, but it's actually pretty simple. Is I just go into their jungle. That's it.
Yeah,
just take
makes sense. Logic checks out.
Yeah, like okay, you won't see it if you do it for like 30 seconds, but if you do it for a minute, if you do not a minute, if you do it for like 10 minutes, you will see the difference, right? So I got to 5K with supporting. Then I wanted to learn how to carry. Right? So I learned how to carry, I learned how anti-mage, and then these standard carries, anti-mage, Phantom Lancer, Slark. Ursa was once like I also like spam Ursa once. Like it was like if I recall it was like 3K more, but when I spammed Ursa. And I wouldn't go a game of Ursa without getting a rapier. Right?
Right.
It was like Vlad's Blink Rapier. That was my build.
Sounds legitimate. Let's go.
Like I'm not even kidding. Just press W if someone dies. I was like, oh, sure, works.
Free kills. Yeah. Logic checks out again.
Logic checks out.
It seems like you kind of everybody else is doing their thing in Dota. You know, just kind of as you say, making the deadly plays, and you're just like, well, you know, if there's a way to make money and you know influence economics, or you know, a way to just get easy kills, and fuck it, do it. Yeah. Makes sense.
Legitimate. That's how I play. Just fucking fuck the enemy's gold.
Perfect.
Don't fuck the enemy. Fuck the enemy's gold.
Yeah, don't know. Fraternizing with the enemy, no, never a good idea. So, who would you say? Is there anybody who influenced you? Like anybody whose guides you used to watch, and now you're going like, you know, I want to do that. I want to give back to people like that as well.
Oh yeah, Bran, and Professor Fierce, and Guru Patek. Those are like my favorite team. I don't think I actually have watched any other guides than these guys because like they basically just can teach you everything. Now obviously lots of their guides are outdated, except of Professor Fear's Zone Control. I feel like you have to be really retarded to not watch that guide because that guy will teach you like
I have not watched that guy.
Oh my god, everything about zoning, everything. Like it's so simple, but it's so good. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm learned how to edit. Even though I learned how to edit, I just got an editor right now. So like next videos will be like actually edited and you know proper videos.
Okay, cool.
Should be like tomorrow or the day after when I release like a Maple hotkey guide.
Nice.
So basically, like he's like Cookie, why I learned to edit? I'm an editor. Just coach me, and then I will teach how to edit, and I'll edit your videos. That's basically it. I'm coaching him, and
sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, good plan.
Good plan indeed. All right, so this is a question we ask everybody, and if you were a hero in Dota 2, then what would your ultimate ability be?
Okay, so I can just choose anyone.
You could just it doesn't have to be you can make up your own ultimate ability.
Can I take normal ability? Oh no, wait, no. Can I take normal abilities?
You can. No, it's got to be an ultimate. You got to make yourself an ultimate. Like I think Lizard said that he would have some kind of flex move. Oh no, he would summon his dog Papan and it would go and attack people. I can't remember what Trent said. Sorry, Trent said. Oh yeah, Trent just wanted global vision. That's what his ability would have been.
I mean, let's see.
See, I always throw people in the deep end with this one because it's kind of a tricky question to answer. You know, I don't give you much prep time, but
yeah, I mean, there's lots of options, right? You can like.
Most people seem well. I mean, it was quite interesting actually. Lizard went for more of a character-based one, and then Trent went for what he'd like to have in the game because there's no real vision spells in the game other than like kind of treant agonyms and some stuff like that, and rocket flare and such, but there's no like global vision spell, so I find that one quite interesting. what I've wanted to see in the game for a while is like going kind of along the vision side of things. I think that'd be really interesting to have a hero which was like did damage if you could see the enemy kind of thing. I always thought that would be kind of interesting. Obviously, it would give away wards, so you'd have to use it smart. But I don't know.
I would like Warlock's Golem Ultimate.
Just take golems. What would they be? Would they be golems as well, or would you have your own summons?
No, they would be golems, and I would never cast it. I would just clap.
Oh, you. All right, no cooldown.
No cooldown, just clap it.
You'd be pretty broken.
Yep. Where's that sound coming from?
Yeah. I think he already does a bit of a clap whenever they're summoned anyway, though. Just a big old bonk on the floor, but sure. Let's go. More clapping. Nothing wrong with more.
Yep.
So, how old are you, by the way, Mr. Cookie?
20. 20.
20, okay. So, do you do anything else other than making Dota guides? Do you have like a education or a job, or is it just focusing on the Dota right now?
Well, Dota.
Cool. Yeah. Always respect that, yeah. Alrighty then. Well, as you can probably tell, Mr. Mofarah is not here. However, we will do the Mantle of Intelligence without him. Do you know what the Mantle of Intelligence is, Mr. Cookie?
Nope.
Alrighty. Well, it's your chance to earn a keyboard, but you will be fighting up against all the guests of this show in its first running. So, what it is, it's a quiz, okay? It's a questionnaire about Dota 2. All Dota 2 questions, don't worry. And essentially, I hear typing.
Sure, ask me.
Pardon?
Yeah. I'm here.
Oh. You're here. You ready to go?
Yeah.
Alright,
yeah, sure.
So the first quick round...
about like wait, I hope it's not about like professional Dota, because I'm not gonna answer a single question.
Yeah, I actually went through and took all of those out once I found out you had no interest in Pro Dota. There were a couple in there and I just went and blanket gotten rid of them, so don't worry.
Alright, sure.
There is still a couple in there, but yeah.
Alright.
And the winner of so I think currently Trent and Lizard both got 3.
Alright.
So you have to get more than 3 correct, which sounds pretty easy. And then we have a tiebreaker afterwards as well, so if you get 3 as well, then the tiebreaker. We'll explain that when we get to it, though. Let's get into the main side of the quiz. So you have 1 minute to answer as many questions correctly as possible. Cookie, are you ready?
Can I say next if I don't know the question's answer?
Yep. Alright. 3, 2, 1, go! Which item used to share a cooldown with the Scythe of Vice?
Next.
Name one of the worst win rate heroes in pubs according to Dota buff of the bottom 5.
IO, Nature's Prophet, Lone Druid, no.
I'll take your first answer, but it is correct, so don't worry. What is the name of BKB's active ability?
Magic Immunity? Tell me.
That is incorrect. What movement speed does the haste rune give you?
550?
Correct. Name 2 heroes that were not banned or picked at TI8.
Yeah, because I know that. I don't watch pro games.
True or false, you can miss with Shadow Blades active, but not with Silver Edges active. 3, 2, that is true. 1, and unfortunately you're out of time, but you did manage to get 3, which means you are on par with everybody else so far, so it all comes down to the tiebreaker. Now the tiebreaker, it will be 1 question, name as many blank as possible. So you have 30 seconds to name as many things as possible. Previously we've had ultimates, we've had I can't remember what the other ones, but there's something. It could be name as many strength heroes as you can, for example, okay?
Alright, sure.
So you just have to name as many as you can in 30 seconds. Are you ready?
Sand heroes?
I haven't told you yet.
Oh, okay.
Just gotta get yourself in the right frame of mind. Get in the zone. Alright.
Alright.
So, 3, 2, 1. Name as many items over 1,000 gold as you can.
Rapier, Skadi, Bloodstone, Manta, Midas, Refresher, Mjolnir, Maelstrom, Orchid, Nullifier, MKB, BKB, Blink Dagger, Force Staff,
5 seconds.
Glimmer Cape, that Guardian Greaves,
3, 2, 1,
Arcanes.
and you're out. But that was very, very good. Not cracking under pressure like everybody else did. Quite impressive stuff. Good job, Cookie. So, well, with your initial 3 points, that puts you neck and neck with everybody else. With that tiebreaker, I've got down that you got 16 there, which is blown the other 2 out of the water. So that does put you in the lead so far in the Mantle of Intelligence. Of course, a lot of people to go, a lot more shows to come up, but who knows? It could be the winning score. So good job. You know, you get to claim the top spot.
All right.
Congratulations. And of course, the winner by the end of the season will get a Caps Unlocked keyboard, because of course they are a keyboard company. It's what they do.
Okay.
So yeah, how did you feel? I mean, it's funny that Trent and Lizard, you know, mostly Trent, I think is the most amusing to me, because he's casted main stage TI. You know, he's casted for thousands upon thousands, hundreds upon thousands of people, and yet when it came to the quiz, he cracked.
I don't know. I mean, but it's a simple quiz, I guess.
You kept your Oh, simple quiz. You're criticizing the Caps Unlocked quiz.
What was his questions?
He had to name as many ultimates as possible, and I think he got like 7, maybe even less.
Right.
And I think Lizard had as many spell switch stun, and I think he got like 8.
I'm probably not gonna win, because obviously there will be people that answer more than 3 questions. I mean,
maybe, but you never know.
I mean, if someone watches the show, they will figure out the type of questions, and then they'll be able to prepare themselves.
Be prepared, yeah, but no one's gonna watch. Don't worry. All right. So yeah, have you got what's your plans for the future then? You're just gonna keep on making guides and try and keep getting bigger, better, you know, new editor in with the guides and everything?
No, I want to get to 1,000 subscribers, and was like, okay, I want to get my monetization up, and then I'm gonna start editing my guides right now, making proper videos, I might, one day, if I feel like it, go like climb up to like rank 100 or something, I don't feel like it, so I have to feel like it. Okay, so basically, I went from like 5k to 6k more just because someone was like, "Oh, Cookie, I can sell your guides. You can just keep writing it for me, and I can sell your guides." And then basically just end up wasting my time because he did nothing. I just had to like grind up from 5k to 6k. No, I actually did it pretty fast, like just 10 days.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, can you do that? A publicity site, like you said previously, you can climb really fast." I'm sure, why not? I climb up from 5k to 6k, and then he's like 1 month later, he's like, dude, I was like written you guys. Why the fuck are you not like, doing anything with them?
Right. Yeah. I gotcha.
And he makes like stupid ass excuses. Well, sure, whatever.
let the past be the past. New horizons now, and it's very interesting to me that you don't have an interest in professional Dota, because considering you're saying you started out watching like the best players and such, and all the great players. It's why do you think you've got no interest in the professional scene?
I don't know. I don't think I'm like, okay. There's 2 reasons. When I got to my first 6 or 7k average match. Actually, it was my first 7k average matches. So I was like high 4k mark. Believe it or not, sometimes even 4k players. Okay, but in the older system, in the older matchmakers, I'm not sure if any more that they will actually do that. But sometimes even a high 4k mark player can actually get into a 7k average match. Well, not really 7k average, you would be 6.5k average, and you would be, because there's 8k players in the game. And basically what I realized is, holy shit, I'm too fucking slow. I'm simply too slow. So yeah.
You're too slow.
I'm too slow. I don't process as fast as they do. I think, I personally, I don't know, maybe I could be wrong. I personally think that there actually is stuff to actually being naturally intelligent or talented, whatever you want to say, to actually being in the top 100.
Right? Yeah, I would agree.
When I go into a match, and the biggest problems I would ever have is literally not being fast enough to think about everything. I know, a double mode match is oh my god, how am I making these stupid ass mistakes? I know all of these mistakes, right? I know all of this stuff, but I'm simply not fast enough to process that in a real game, because I'm processing something else, right?
Yeah. So Yeah, I understand. So it's just brain too slow. I feel you there. I feel you there for sure. So, how come you don't watch the pro games? Like, how you just don't see the appeal in professional Dota, in watching professional Dota?
I mean, I watch boosters and Smurfs because I wanted to climb higher more, but I would have to watch pro if I wanted to go pro, which is something I don't want. I just want to make guides and coach people and stuff like that.
All right, fair enough. That's about as legitimate answer. But thank you very much. I really appreciate your time today and coming on and chatting with me about all the various. Is there any topics you wanted to chat about before we end the interview?
I don't know. None that I know of.
None that you know? Alright then, well, we will say goodbye, but thank you very much for watching DotA Unlocked with me, Nomad, interviewing Mr. Cookie. Thank him, show him some love on Twitter, throw him a follow, and help him get to those 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, because he is working. You did get to 1,000?
Yeah.
Oh, right. What's the goal then? I thought you said the goal was 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, 1,000 subscribers, and I want to start editing after I got 1,000, so I'm going to start editing now.
Oh, okay, so that's in the past. What's the new goal?
2,000. Yeah, 2,000.
All right, well, I'll help get to 2,000 subscribers. I don't know. Thank you very much for coming on. We will be back next week with another guest, another questionnaire, another quiz, and of course, more questions and your opportunity to ask those questions as well. But for today, we are going to say goodbye, and thank you so much for watching.